¿Qué pasa, mi gente? Welcome to another video. If your search history looks something like home buyers, mortgage rate news, affordable housing, Netflix stock, Costco stock, Shopify, SoFi stock, economic calendar, Federal Reserve news today, etc., 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 even damn Dollar Tree future pricing, then you don't have a money problem. You have an economic anxiety problem. And the only way out of that into 2026 is to learn more skills, get paid more, and use those skills online. Hi, my name is Pedro Millan. I literally own 2 social media marketing agencies that are profitable in multiple 6 figures, have 50 million views to my name, 100 booked appointments, and a Grammy to my name. I'm not trying to sell you anything, just want you to make content so that way you can make money online. And on this channel, I'll show you how to do that with content. So let's talk about the real way that you can make money online in 2026 without another scammy shortcut. Okay, so let me just set the frame and say that everybody's stressed out, personally. Almost nobody is skilling up, which is kind of hilarious because people will consistently complain, but they won't do anything about it, which is stupid in my personal opinion. Like if you go on Google trending, like literally right now, which is part of the reason why I'm making this video, and you check out the top search results on Google, it's home buyers, mortgage rates, affordable housing, and those people are thinking, will I ever get a home? Another aspect of that is Netflix stock, Costco stock, SoFi stock, AWS outage. It's like, what can I invest to fix this? Another group of search results are economic calendar, PCE report, Federal Reserve, etc., 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 and essentially what is happening to the economy. At least that's what people are thinking about, right? And even the dang Dollar Tree pricing is going up. So people are thinking even the cheap stuff is going up. So the main thing that I want you to understand is that you can't control the Fed. You can't control housing. You can't control mortgage rates. And you can't control percentages, especially at the state or federal level. But you can control the skills that you build and how you get paid for them online, right? So in this video is not necessarily to teach you how to go viral with content. It's about how to become a content-driven earner / entrepreneur in 2026, so you're not at the mercy of these headlines, especially from the government, right? So the first thing is I want to make a distinction between what is myth and what is reality. So make money online overall, on YouTube, on Google, anywhere that you search, that advice always keeps you broke. The reason why I say that is because I want to call out all the lies that are literally available, like, oh, make this faceless cash machine channels, or, oh, 24-hour drop shipping businesses, or, oh, just use AI, you don't need any skills, this, that, and the third. To be honest, in a shaky economy, the easiest thing to sell is a fantasy. I mean, people have done it in the past multiple times, and the only thing that actually works is actually stacking skills and using content about those skills to turn those skills into income, if that makes sense. Because your real hedge fund or your real hedge against inflation, right, rent and housing costs up the wazoo, is being more valuable. And how can you be more valuable? You're specifically valuable to a specific audience with the skills that you sell online. So then how do you develop the skills? How do you make the content? How do you sell? Well, I'm going to basically teach you how to do all that in this video. But before we get into that, if you're getting value out of the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the video and to the channel, because I put videos out like this on how you can make money online with content, with social media marketing, and additional just personal branding. So that way you can just basically take ownership of your own life, especially with just making videos just like this one. Anyway, let's get into step 1. So first thing you need to do is that you need to pick your lane. I made a video about this. I've made several videos about this, but you have to essentially pick a lane on how you're going to get paid. The first way is that you are the talent. You are essentially the creator first. The second way is that you're the builder. You're essentially a service first, or you provide a service first. With the first path, right, you're essentially the talent, which means that you are the face. Literally, as I'm making this content, I am the face of my channel, right? That means you would essentially be making money based off of ad revenue, affiliate marketing, and a bunch of other income streams based upon the audience you build from you being the head of everything, essentially. So once you get an audience, you'd be essentially able to sell digital products, coaching, consulting, services, depending on what niche you happen to be in, and you'll be able to be profitable from that. However, that does take some time in order to develop. Now, as far as if you're the builder, you're service-based first at least. You help others who already have or want an audience by either editing, shooting, strategy, developing funnels, doing social media, email, etc., etc., etc. Essentially in the marketing realm, right? And you get paid off of retainers, subscriptions, rev share contracts, etc. So if the economy has you stressed, confusion is a luxury you cannot afford. So you have to pick one lane as soon as possible, so every new skill you learn actually increases how much you can charge. And that's with anything, right? Whether if you're the talent or you're the builder, it doesn't matter. Now, once you pick a path, you have to build one money skill around the content that you make. For the talent, right? Let's say, for example, you make the content based on answering specific questions, whether they be search-based or pain-based, for the people that you're trying to serve, right? If that's moms between the ages of 35 to 44, awesome. If that's dads who have 3 kids between the ages of 45 to 50, fantastic. And you essentially make complex ideas about specific niches and specific audiences that can be translated into simple videos and simple ideas, so that way you actually have people coming back to you, because we love people who explain things very simply to us. Now, if you're a builder, right, you essentially learn one high-value skill, such as short-form editing, content systems for business owners, YouTube strategy plus editing, developing content and turning that into a funnel for local businesses or home buyers or whatever it is, real estate agents. While everyone is essentially refreshing mortgage rates and federal news, you're essentially building a skill that can't be printed away and it can't be replaced by AI, and it doesn't necessarily depend on your boss, to be quite honest with you. So just one rule of thumb that you have to take into consideration: one money skill with 100 reps in 6 to 12 months, you're going to be making some money, and you can literally develop a skill that you can charge for. Now the next thing, step 3, you want to make your skills plus content into cash overall, ethically, right? I want to show you how a skill can turn into content, which can turn into an offer, which can turn into income, which is essentially what your pipeline is, using content at your disclosure. So first, once you have the skill, let's say your skill is short form editing, scripting, or content strategy. If you're a person like me and you have a service-based business, right? Aside from like developing, your own talent-based channel, right? After you develop that skill, by doing either free work or just having some clients that you do very low charged work, right? In order to develop a portfolio, you make content, posting within your niche, right? No matter what it is. It could be in the fitness niche, it could be in the real estate niche, it could be whatever is interesting to you, right? And then you develop an offer. Once you start to develop some sort of traction, whether it be an audience or just overall some people following you for what it is that you do. For the talent, right, that'd be a low ticket product, maybe a group program, maybe a mastermind, maybe a one-on-one call or one-on-one coaching program. For a builder, it'll be, I'll create 12 reels for you plus a simple lead funnel so that your business can have leads coming in every single month. And then from there, once you develop that offer and actually use it on people or use it with people, right, you collect testimonials. You essentially show before or after content or lead results that you can actually show to everybody else. Because you're not necessarily trying to fix the whole economic issue that's happening right now, and you're not going to make mortgage rates go down. You're essentially fixing a specific issue, the economic stress that a lot of people have, by building another income stream with skills that people are already searching for, especially with businesses overall. Now, here is the emotional shift. You got to stop doom scrolling and start skill building. So I want you to take into consideration your current behavior on social media platforms, and I want you to stop searching content that's just for entertainment. I want you to stop looking up what's happening in the economy right now as far as like what it is that you want to accomplish, whether it be buy a home or buy a business or whatever it is that you're interested in. And I don't want you to get sucked into doom scrolling overall, whether it be on your economic status or just overall content, once you start building either your own audience or the audience of other people. Because most of that isn't research. I'm going to just tell you, it's just anxiety with better branding. And it feels productive because you're looking at all this stuff, but it doesn't necessarily increase your skills. It doesn't increase the rates for the mortgage industry or your income at all. So for the next 90 days, every time you check like a headline or a specific piece of content that somebody is making just for entertainment that doesn't necessarily teach you something, or you're not learning from all the content that you're seeing online or on social media, I want you to use that time to make one new video in your content bank, right? I want you to make one piece of content posted. I want you to DM one potential client. I want you to dedicate 1 hour to adding value to your community of your niche, or 1 hour dedicated to making a business plan behind your content, etc., etc., etc. You'll find that to be a lot more useful than just freaking doom scrolling, okay? And now, with everything that you develop within your skill set, there has to be a system in place, right? Because systems literally overpower motivation. And the way that you're going to be doing that is by building a content engine. So the way that I do this is that I literally develop a content bank. That means essentially getting ideas, hooks, titles, examples of content that I want to make on a consistent basis, and I put it somewhere. I'm going to make a video on how I do this overall with Google Sheets and Notion, so look out for that video overall, but just make it a habit to put ideas in a specific place for now, and make it a weekly ritual, or maybe even a daily ritual, depending on how much time you have, right? And with a weekly ritual, you can dedicate 30 to 60 minutes a week in order to dump ideas of people asking you specific questions within your niche, if you're the talent, or within a specific niche for other people, right? The businesses that you work with, or ideas for videos that you thought that might be interesting, what's trending in your niche, the list goes on. The main thing out of all of this is that you want to have a bank of content that you could essentially look at and be like, oh, this is pretty successful. I should probably make something along these lines in order to actually use it for my business or for the businesses that I'm currently working with within the niche that I work in. So that way you can just basically clip, edit, post, and it'd be all within like 10 to 20 minutes, so that we can consistently worry about putting out more content, especially if this is a new skill that you're developing. Now, the next thing is raising your standard of effort. Once you start making content either for yourself or for other people, you'll start to realize in the beginning, it's like, I filmed once, that's good enough. Or this first title works, whatever. As you start to develop your content, you'll start to realize certain patterns that are actually happening within your content overall. You'll see that certain titles do better, certain thumbnails do better, especially on YouTube, or certain specific short form videos do better, or whatever it is, no matter the platform that you're on. So then guess what? You're eventually going to get into the habit of rewriting your hooks 5 to 10 times, cutting dead parts, cutting dead space, and testing titles and thumbnails, so that way you're not on survival mode in 2026 and you're not operating with 2010 effort. You're essentially operating with 2026 effort, so that way you can actually get the result that you want, whether it be more views, more clients, more people in your coaching program, more people in buying the services that people are basically using in their niche based on your clients, etc., etc., etc. So then the core question to ask yourself is, where am I being lazy and calling it done, and then blaming the algorithm instead of my effort? Whether it be with the quality of your videos, the quality of your titles, the quality of your thumbnails. Overall, those are 3 things that you can change immediately, whether it be with a better camera, lighting situation, an audio situation, it doesn't matter. You always want to make sure that you're continuously learning. Now, on that tip, I want you to take into consideration that you can transition into making content as your full-time job. And for the people who are watching this who have a job right now or clients already, I want you to stay where you are as long as you're learning, you're being stretched, and you're getting paid to build skills. The reason why I say this is because we can get super overwhelmed with all the stuff that's going on right now, and especially with the problems that we're trying to solve, whether it be for ourselves or for clients alone, and then we'll happen to see that we start to reach a place of diminishing returns rather than just sticking to a place where our bandwidth is actually reasonable and we can actually dedicate more time to developing our skills rather than just getting more clients overall. Because there is such a thing as scaling too fast if you don't have the framework or the foundation in order to support it. So like if you're making videos every single day, fantastic. If you have the bandwidth in order to support that, then great. But if you don't, and you have a job that you have to literally cater to in order to pay the bills, then your content's gonna overtake that, and you're not gonna be a happy camper, because then you'll be in issues with either your job or your boss or whatever it is. And you wanna make sure that if you're not necessarily happy with your position or your job or the clients that you currently have, if you do have a business of your own, make sure that it's your time, the right time rather, to skill up on your own time, being whether the 5 to 9 or the 5 to 9 in the morning before your 9 to 5, and start building your own thing on the side when you have time. Just make sure that it's practical, okay? Like, don't start making content in the middle of your job, or don't start making content for other businesses while you're working on a specific business that you're currently using now to pay the bills. Like, just make sure that it's on your own time and your own disclosure, where nothing is being interrupted and you have the time to do that sort of thing, while also dedicating time to your general responsibilities, whether it be your family, yourself, your health, etc., etc., etc. So, to sum up all of this, the economy is louder than ever, and people are consistently looking for ways to make more money or save or budget. And to be honest, you could just personally put all that on mute, because if you're watching this video overall, you're essentially choosing a new response, which is essentially, in 2026, your only option is to develop more skills and essentially stack those skills, so that way you can sell those skills online through content. And it's essentially the only way, to be quite honest with you. Like, I had to pause and think about it. Like, there's literally no other way other than how big content is becoming for businesses overall, and how you could use it for leverage. Because at the end of the day, skills that make you harder to fire, skills that clients will pay for you in any market, and skills that let you earn without asking for permission will always put you in a better position in order to accomplish the stuff that you want to do financially and within your whole life, so that way you can feel more fulfilled. So, go out there and make some more freaking content, or at least learn how to make some content for yourself or for other people, and you'll be in a better position in 2026 going into 2027. You can literally promise, I can literally promise this to you any day of the week. Anyway, if you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, because I literally put videos out like this every single day and you don't want to miss them. Otherwise, if you're a person that wants to make content for other people and develop a social media marketing agency for themselves, you can click the first link in the description. I literally have a course and a coaching program where you can basically do this and get from 0 to 10K in the next 90 days. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.